Hey everyone, day 22 of 40 Days of Gratitude. Today, I am really grateful to be debt-free. This is one of the biggest problems in America. It is as American as apple pie. When I say that I'm debt-free, I mean I don't have my student loans anymore because that was my biggest debt that I had in my entire life. These loan companies prey on these 18-year-olds who don't know what the heck they're doing, are not financially literate, but are told by society that they need to go to college. And for most people, that's the only way to afford it. For me, that's the only way I could have afforded it, was by taking on massive student loans. I think I had multiple of those Nelnet loans, the federal ones, just different interest rates for different semesters. And then I had a massive private one. It was craziness. When I was able to pay that off, October 2023, I remember the month. It was this massive weight being lifted off my shoulders. I was like, is this how rich white kids feel? Just no worries, no struggles? You don't realize what a privilege it is not to have something looming over you, looming over your head every single day. So that was fabulous. And the only way I was able to do it was by having a financially responsible person in my life. For me, that was my mom. We sat down, and I think this was when I was living on my own for the first time in 2016, and my finances were all over the place. I was barely making anything starting out. We sat down, we're like, let's make a budget. Let's figure out how much to save each month. Let's figure out how much is going to the student loan, all that. And if I didn't do that, I don't think I would have been debt free, because I am financially illiterate. I am stupid. And I think the biggest thing too is I'm afraid of money. I don't know how to handle it. So sitting down and really thinking about how we were going to tackle this helped me out. What also helped me out was that I started paying off my student loans when I was in school. So for 4 years, all I was paying was the principal, because the interest rate doesn't kick in until you graduate. That's the kicker right there. And then you're just paying the freaking interest rate, because it's insane numbers nowadays. And it was insane numbers back then when I was trying to pay it off. So that was what really helped me out. I started paying it off in college. Literally, it was $100 or something a month. That's as best I could do. I was broke. I had 3 jobs and I was still broke. And then, so 2016, we started doing what's called a snowball method. So I started off with the loan with the highest interest rate, and I just put in more money. I put double the money into that one to pay that off. Once I paid that off, I took whatever amount I was paying in that one to the next highest interest rate one. So let's say the highest interest rate one was 8%. I start paying that one off. Okay, that's paid off. Next, we're going to go to the 6% one. However much I was paying in that 8%, now it transfers down in addition to whatever I was paying to 6%. So then, boom, we're really tackling this one hard. And then snowball effect, right? And all the way up until I think I still have the video of clicking the last payment to pay. Oh my goodness, that felt so good. And I did the same thing with my private loan. Well, my private loan was one big massive one, so I just dumped a whole lot of money into that one. But that was my focus, and I was able to become debt free by the time I was 29. That wasn't really a goal of mine. That's just how it happened to be. And I was like, wow, because these loans were about to be with me till I was 35, 40. But I was able to pay it off before I turned 30, and that felt so good. And now that's when life really starts happening. Now I can plan okay, let's start saving up for a home. Maybe I can get a new car. Let's start the world is your oyster when you don't have this looming debt over you 24/7. Yeah, if I could encourage you guys, it's just it's hard, but really focus on trying to clear that debt. Obviously, I still have credit cards, that I have, and I pay it off as quickly as I can, so those interest rates don't rack up and I don't fall into a hole, because it's easy. It's easy to fall into a hole. Those DoorDashes, those Ubers, those shopping expenses, even bills and just expenses that you have to do every day, those rack up. And it just sucks because not all of us are financially literate. But the one thing I could advocate for is learning how you can start chipping away at that big boulder it will open up so much for you in your life. Because then when I got laid off, I didn't have to worry about it. Can you imagine if I got laid off and I still had to pay my student loan debt? I don't know what I would do. No clue. I do not take it for granted being debt free, because that was my biggest debt. For some people it's credit cards, for some people it's loans, personal loans, whatever it might be. But the other side, I'm convinced this is how rich white kids feel. Like, just having a clean slate to start on feels good. So day 22 of 40 days of gratitude. I'm so grateful to be debt free. And I really hope the same will happen for you too in the coming future. Okay, that's it. I will see you guys tomorrow.